The mantis shrimp is a true heavy hitter. Take this one. She's about to devour this snail, but she's got to crack it open first. So she carefully positions it. Then, bam! She punches it with the speed of a .22 caliber bullet. It's the fastest attack in the animal kingdom. That's one kind of mantis shrimp, known as a smasher. Here's the other. This one's called a spearer. Buried up to his eyeballs, he watches and waits. Then, springs into action, impaling his prey on a serrated blade with blinding speed and dragging it beneath the sand. What makes these two so amazing isn't just their speed, it's their eyes. See those black spots? They're like our pupils, where the light enters the eye. We humans have one in each eye. Each sends an image to the brain, and voila, depth perception. The mantis shrimp has 6 of them. Our vision, binocular. His vision, hexnocular. For when accuracy counts. As for color, we've got 3 receptors, red, green, blue. The shrimp has 12, another world record. But there's even more to this incredible eye, and it has to do with something called polarized light. Sunlight is messy. It's a jumble of wavelengths moving in all directions at once. But some surfaces, say the scale of a fish or a pair of polarized sunglasses, have a way of changing the light, organizing it so it moves in a single plane. We humans can't really tell this is happening, but the mantis shrimp can make out where in the ocean light is being polarized and where it isn't. Some mantis shrimp take this one step further and produce their own special kind of polarization, and they use it as a secret code. See, mantis shrimp are incredibly territorial. They will defend a burrow to the death. But some, like our smasher, have a way of avoiding the fight. When he looks into a burrow, he can tell that another mantis shrimp has already claimed it by the way light is hitting its body. That's the secret code. Here's how it works. Remember when I said that polarized surfaces organize light into a plane? Well, these surfaces on the mantis shrimp make the beams of light circular, spinning through space like a helix. As far as we know, only other mantis shrimp can detect this with their eyes. You can see it here because we put a polarizer on the camera. So these shrimp have taught us a thing or two. By reverse engineering the mantis shrimp's eye into a camera, a group of scientists have begun to use polarized light to diagnose injuries and disease. This scanner measures polarization in red. See how this mouse tissue goes red when it stretches? Well, injuries to our tendons do the same under the scanner. So do some cancers. This endoscopy footage reveals cancerous cells hiding in plain sight by the way they react to polarized light. It just goes to show how we see the world differently when we look at it through another set of eyes.
So in this video, we're seeing the mantis shrimp about to get really angry at a tiny shell.
Mantis shrimp are amazing creatures.
All right, so you're gonna tickle it with this paintbrush. And it's
probably gonna smash it. We'll see if we can record it. Whoa, that was a good one. That was like a, I think it struck with both. Oh my gosh.
The moment that they hit lasts a fraction of a millisecond, which is why this footage was captured by scientist Maya DeVries at 20,000 and 40,000 frames per second.
There are hundreds of different species of mantis shrimp.
Got it.
And they live all over the world. It's kind of crazy how prolific they are, and they come in like all different sizes and all different colors. And these shrimp are smashers. So they have what's called a raptorial appendage. That's this modified claw.
I first heard about mantis shrimp in a viral video by Zay Frank, True Facts. And I don't know about you, but this animal just keeps popping up. So one thing finally convinced me to make a video about them, and that was the force mystery. In the early 2000s, biologist Sheila Patek was studying the force of a mantis shrimp punch. She found that they were capable of, get this, 200 pounds of force, which is like me setting a rock on your finger and lightly jumping on it. Yeah, I could probably break it. But even more strange, she saw that there were 2 spikes in the force graph. One for the initial punch, probably, and then something else was going on. The mantis shrimp punch is fast, obviously, but how fast?
Unfurl as fast as a .22 caliber bullet.
In fact, as strong as a .22 caliber bullet.
With the force of a .22 caliber bullet.
At the speed of a .22 caliber bullet.
But what does that mean?
The acceleration of the claw is similar to a .22 caliber bullet.
Acceleration! That's what's going on. Come on, guys.
As fast as
As strong as
with the force of a
The speed of a .22 caliber bullet.
Pull it together, y'all. The acceleration is like going from 0 to 60 in 0.2 milliseconds. In fact, the claw gets up to 45 miles an hour. Hit a shell with that speed and you'll get one nice force peak. Hit a shell with that speed in water and something else will happen. Looking back at DeVries' footage, there's one frame where something shows up. Right there. It's a bubble. The crazy acceleration and force cause cavitation, which is this. The bounce back causes the club and the shell to move apart so fast that they leave behind a tiny area of very low pressure, approaching a vacuum. But when you drop the pressure real low in water, what happens?
Water in the cup. Yeah. Vacuum pump is on. Pressure's going down.
You see it boiling. Oh, look,
Pressure
look,
going down.
look,
Is it
look,
boiling?
look. Yeah, it's boiling.
What? Water is boiling. Oh, that's sick. When does it start boiling?
This water is still at room temperature, but when you decrease the pressure, the water boils. So you have low pressure, and then the water boils, and then you get a vapor bubble, but it doesn't last very long. Almost immediately, the bubble collapses, and when it does, energy and light are released in a violent process, violent enough to cause the second force peak in that graph. It's caused by cavitation, and the temperature in that bubble gets up to the temperature of the surface of the sun.
Right, the temperature inside of a tiny bubble as it implodes next to a tiny shrimp. Small and fierce.
So why are these animals so aggressive?
So the mantis shrimp are actually, they eat a wide variety of things in the ocean. But in that group of things that they eat, a lot of them live in hard shells.
The fact that this smasher type of mantis shrimp eats a wide variety of things, including prey in hard shells and soft-bodied prey, is actually a very new finding of Dr. DeVries.
So the mantis shrimp is really good at smashing shell open.
They're also quite territorial.
Like the more aggressive they are, the better footage they get.
Got it.
And so it's pretty funny trying to like, you're either trying to make the mantis shrimp like feel hungry so it smashes the shell, or you're trying to like make it annoyed.